Right after the Great Leap Forward, China had 3 years of Great Famine, 1960 to 1963.
The origins of the Great Famine in China were intertwined with a web of deception and misinformation. Every commune was required to hand over large quotas of grain from their harvest. Each year, with pressure from the government, these communes reported more exaggerated harvest yields. The state taxed the peasants based on these inflated figures, a move that effectively confiscated their entire harvest. As the cruel irony of this miscalculation unraveled, the farmers found themselves without grain for the next sowing season. Hunger grew, but so did the propaganda from Mao's Communist Party.
Until today, the Chinese textbook or history book call it 3 years of natural disasters. When the food production was getting low, they didn't think that's because of the planned economy. They blamed the birds. The birds would eat the crops, they said. So the whole country started to kill birds. I remember all the kids, we would use everything we had to make noise so the birds couldn't rest, couldn't come back to their nest and rest. So the birds just kept flying until they were so tired and dropped dead. And we counted how many we turned into the authority and to receive reward. So when all the birds were killed, insects came back. But without the birds, the insect became disasters, destroyed more food than ever. The cause of the Great Famine was not natural disaster. It was a human disaster. It's caused by the planned economy.
As harvests dwindled, desperate measures arose. Mao was unwilling to admit the systemic failures and continued to lay blame elsewhere.
One of the most haunting things that I came across was that cannibalism was rife during the Great Leap Forward. People who could not get enough to eat and knew they were dying started exchanging their children with other families in order to eat these children because they could not eat their own children. So cannibalism was not only a shocking memory for these people, but it was also documented in material in party archives.
I saw people laying on the sidewalk. I don't even know they're dead or not. They were too hungry. They have no energy. They couldn't even walk.
To the best of our knowledge, we think that between 30 and 45 million people died of starvation or persecution during the Great Leap Forward. It was the greatest man-made famine in history. So the party mounted a propaganda campaign to persuade people that these new methods and these collective farms actually worked. And they might have had private suspicions, but if you challenged Mao's word, you would be arrested and your family would be persecuted, and in many cases you would die.